Hello everyone, and welcome back to Move Well After 60, where we empower you to live your most vibrant, independent life. We're tackling a question I hear so often from folks in their 70s, 80s, and beyond. Have you ever wondered why some people, even in their late 80s, are still hiking mountains, playing sports, and living with a youthful independence, while others, decades younger, struggle just to get out of a chair? It's not always about luck, nor are they necessarily born healthier. The true secret, my friends, lies in a few, remarkably ordinary habits. Yet, these very ordinary habits are often overlooked or even misunderstood by most of us. Scientists at prestigious institutions like the Mayo Clinic and Harvard have actually identified simple practices that can slow down and even reverse the age-related decline in muscle mass. But here's the unfortunate truth. Over 90% of older adults aren't even aware these habits exist. And what's even more startling is that the most crucial habit, the one that can help restore muscle strength even in your 80s, is frequently ignored. Worse yet, many are actually being advised to do the complete opposite, unintentionally weakening their bodies at an alarming rate. In this video, I'm going to show you a common mistake happening every single day. A seemingly harmless error that's a silent trigger, activating a mechanism that slowly, little by little, causes your muscles to waste away. Recognizing and correcting this one thing could be the turning point that helps you choose between two paths: living a healthy, autonomous life until your very last days, or becoming entirely dependent on loved ones in your later years. If you're watching from anywhere across this beautiful country, from sunny California to the heart of Texas or the historic streets of Virginia, please leave a comment below to let us know you're with us. And if you find this conversation meaningful, please give us a like. Your support truly motivates us to continue sharing valuable content. Now let's explore these profound yet simple secrets to living long, living well, and living lightheartedly, even as we move past our 80s. Here's a fascinating concept that might sound a little counterintuitive, but it's genuinely the secret of those remarkably strong and vital older adults. Embracing good stress to get stronger. They proactively put their bodies in just the right amount of stress to thrive. Now, I'm not talking about the mental, negative stress that drains you. This is a gentle, controlled pressure that scientists call eustress, or good stress. These are small, controlled stimuli that help your body adapt, become more resilient, and recover better. As the old saying goes, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And for our muscles in older age, that saying couldn't be more accurate. At the Buck Institute for Research on Aging, scientists have proven that seemingly simple habits, like making slight changes to temperature, adjusting meal times, or engaging in short, intense bursts of activity, can activate your body's self-protective systems. These systems prevent muscle atrophy over the years and can even make your muscles stronger than before, even into your 80s. Let's break it down. 1. Temperature adaptation. Many of these superagers often end their showers with 30 seconds to a minute of cool or cold water. Or sometimes they'll take a brief, invigorating dip in a cool bath. This helps the body produce a type of brown fat, which doesn't add weight, but instead keeps you warm and strengthens muscles from within. Conversely, some prefer the warmth of a sauna, much like the traditional steam baths our grandparents might have used. A study in Finland showed that people who used a sauna 4 to 7 times a week for just 10 years reduced their risk of muscle weakness by up to 40% compared to those who didn't. If you don't have a sauna at home, don't worry. You can try warm baths or even a hot compress before bed. They can offer similar benefits. 2. Mindful eating habits. These vibrant seniors don't graze all day long. They choose clear eating windows, typically within an 8 to 10 hour time frame. For example, having breakfast at 8 a.m., lunch around noon, a light afternoon snack, and then no food after 6 p.m. This approach helps the body clean out weak cells in your muscles, leaving the remaining ones stronger. At the Salk Institute, they tested this eating pattern for 12 weeks. The results showed that muscle function improved by 10% without any diet or weight loss required. 3. Quality over quantity in exercise. These incredibly strong seniors don't necessarily spend hours at the gym or run miles every day. They opt for simple yet impactful actions, like pushing firmly against a wall for 10 seconds or gently pulling a heavy object without moving it. These brief, decisive movements send powerful signals to your muscles. Maintain strength, don't weaken. But remember, do less and rest more to allow for recovery and growth. Consistently practicing these good stresses not only builds lasting muscle endurance, but also activates anti-aging genes, helping you live a healthy, long, and stable life right to the end. You can start with small steps every day. For example, do a few wall pushes in the morning, try a slightly cooler shower, or simply stick to regular meal times and give your digestive system enough rest. The key is gentle consistency, not strenuous effort. You're not aiming to get more tired, but to gradually push back weakness and preserve your strength. One of the most common misconceptions about senior nutrition is that simply eating a lot of protein is enough. But the truth is far more nuanced. Many believe that just consuming plenty of meat and fish will keep their muscles strong. However, scientists suggest that for older adults, eating protein at the right times is even more important than eating a lot of it. Why? Because as we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing protein. Unlike our younger days when everything seemed to stick. Now, if we don't consume protein at the right moment and in the right way, no matter how much we eat, our muscles will still gradually weaken. A study published in the International Journal of Nutrition indicated that after each meal, the body only has about 3 to 4 hours to utilize protein for muscle building. If you miss this window, the protein passes through without fulfilling its purpose. And muscles, if not nourished at the right time, will slowly waste away over the years. So, how do you eat protein effectively? It's simple. Distribute your protein intake evenly throughout the day. Aim for about 25 to 30 grams at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You don't need complex measurements. A palm-sized piece of meat, 2 eggs, a glass of soy milk, or a bowl of soft tofu can be enough for one meal. For example, instead of just a plain bowl of porridge or dry toast for breakfast, you could add a boiled egg or a cup of unsweetened milk. For lunch, a serving of rice with braised chicken, steamed fish, or stuffed tofu is ideal. For dinner, eat light, but still include protein. A bowl of lentil soup, a piece of grilled fish, or a few slices of red beans would be good. If you're vegetarian, legumes like mung beans, soybeans, and red beans are excellent and easily digestible. A study at the University of Texas tracked middle-aged individuals who ate enough protein, but distributed it evenly throughout the day. After 12 weeks, they gained nearly half a kilogram of muscle mass without any additional exercise. This shows that it's not just how much you eat, but when you eat, that's key to keeping your body strong. In many cultures, including Vietnam, people often have a light breakfast, an erratic lunch, and then a heavy dinner packed with meat and fish. But doing this means your body is nourished only at one time, while your muscles are practically starving for the rest of the day. If you want to maintain your strength, especially after 60, make it a habit to eat enough, but more importantly, eat at the right times. You don't need to be fancy, just ensure each meal has a bit of protein, consistently from morning to night. Your body will have enough building blocks to preserve your muscles and vitality. One day of 3 balanced, properly timed protein meals is one day you gain a little more health, a little more freedom, and a little more peace in your later years. There's a vital nutrient that most older adults are deficient in, despite its critical role in maintaining daily flexibility and strength. That nutrient is vitamin D. While familiar, most of us only associate vitamin D with bone health. However, scientists have now shown that vitamin D also plays an incredibly important role in maintaining muscle mass, helping our bodies stay steady, react quickly, and reduce falls as we age. A large study revealed that older adults with sufficient vitamin D had 25% stronger muscles compared to those who were deficient. They moved more easily, had better balance, and significantly lowered their risk of falls, a common concern for many in their senior years. Yet, statistics show that over 80% of older adults are silently deficient in vitamin D. And it's important to note that simply living in sunny areas like California or Florida isn't enough. As we age, our skin's ability to absorb vitamin D from sunlight decreases. By age 65, our skin only produces half the amount of vitamin D it did at 20. This means relying solely on sun exposure isn't sufficient. However, we have many ways to supplement. Each day, you can spend about 15 to 20 minutes outdoors around midday, when the sun's rays are most effective. You don't need to expose your entire body, just your face, hands, and legs lightly exposed to the sun is enough. Consistency is key. Additionally, you should increase your intake of vitamin D-rich foods like mackerel, herring, egg yolks, and fortified milk. These are all easy to find and prepare. For some, supplementing with vitamin D pills is also very effective, typically at dosages of 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily. But for safety, you should always get a blood test first to understand exactly how much your body needs. One more thing to note. For vitamin D to be most effective, it needs to be accompanied by vitamin K2. K2 helps calcium go to the right place in your bones, instead of accumulating in the wrong places, like in your blood vessels, which can harm your heart. K2 is abundant in traditional fermented foods, certain cheeses, or some animal fats. Therefore, if you're supplementing with vitamin D daily, consider combining it with foods rich in K2, or ask your doctor for the most suitable plan for your body. Simply maintaining a vitamin D level above 40 nanograms per milliliter in your blood will ensure your body has enough nutrients to nourish your muscles, preserve strength, reduce the risk of falls, and maintain your independence in every step and daily activity. This isn't just about physical health. It's about peace of mind for yourself and your loved ones. There's a very special commonality among those vibrant individuals who live healthily into their 80s and 90s, one that few people notice. Their bodies are virtually free of silent, chronic inflammation. This might sound simple, but according to scientists, it's an incredibly crucial factor in preventing muscle deterioration over time. When your body is inflamed, even at a low level, it's like a small, smoldering fire burning within, silently eroding your health without you even knowing it. Experts call this condition inflammaging, a low-grade, persistent inflammation associated with aging that causes the body to weaken rapidly without clear symptoms. More dangerously, inflammation also prevents your body from properly absorbing protein from food or responding effectively to exercise. This means that no matter how well you eat or how diligently you exercise, if your body is inflamed, your muscles simply cannot recover and regain strength as desired. A study at a German university showed that older adults with high levels of inflammation experienced muscle decline 3 times faster than those with low inflammation, even with similar lifestyles. So, what's the secret of these healthy, long-lived seniors? First, they prioritize deep and consistent sleep. Sleep isn't just about resting. It's when your body repairs itself, regenerates, and quells inflammatory responses. They sleep enough, typically 7 to 8 hours each night, in a dark, quiet room, undisturbed by lights or noise. Many older adults have a habit of staying up late watching TV, and then waking up early out of routine. But if you want a stronger body, try to go to bed at a consistent time and turn off all lights to ensure truly restorative sleep. Second, they pay great attention to their digestive system. As we age, the balance of bacteria in our gut can easily become disrupted, and a weak gut often leads to inflammation. To nurture their gut, these individuals eat a wide variety of fruits and vegetables. Some even consume over 30 different types of plant foods in a single week, from kale and carrots to sweet potatoes and cabbage. Additionally, they incorporate fermented foods like traditional pickles, homemade yogurt, and natural fish sauce, simple, traditional foods that are incredibly effective at nourishing beneficial gut bacteria. Third, they engage in gentle yet consistent physical activity. They don't overexercise. Each day, they might simply take a walk around the garden, cycle lightly, or do some relaxing gardening. Once or twice a week, they might lift light weights or carry small objects, but they never push themselves too hard. Overexercising, paradoxically, can increase inflammatory responses instead of promoting strength. Finally, they incorporate natural anti-inflammatory foods into their diet. Foods like mackerel, tuna, and fresh turmeric in their meals, or simply drinking green tea or plain water. All these contribute to soothing the body from within. One study documented that after just 12 weeks of adopting such a diet, inflammation in the body could be reduced by nearly 30%. If you want to know if your body is experiencing inflammation, you can ask your doctor for a simple blood test called a high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, hsCRP. Healthy individuals often keep this index below 1 milligram per liter, while many others have levels 3 to 5 times higher. Keeping your body free of inflammation not only helps you live healthier, but also ensures your muscles last longer. Because when your inner self is light and purified, your outer self can remain flexible and strong over time. The power of micronutrients, small but mighty heroes. While many people only focus on protein, fats, or carbohydrates in their meals, those who live long and healthy lives well into their 80s and 90s pay special attention to very small but incredibly important components, micronutrients. They might seem insignificant, but these micronutrients act like silent assistants within the body. They not only help absorb protein better, but also support muscle function efficiently during exercise. If you're deficient, even with adequate food intake and regular exercise, your muscles can still gradually weaken over time. One of the most important micronutrients is magnesium. Scientists at the University of Alabama at Birmingham call magnesium the forgotten hero of muscles because it participates in over 300 biological processes in the body, from energy production and heart rhythm regulation to maintaining muscle strength. Yet, over 70% of older adults are deficient in magnesium without even realizing it. A recent study showed that people with sufficient magnesium had 30% stronger grip strength and were quicker and steadier in their movements. To supplement magnesium, these individuals often eat plenty of dark leafy greens like spinach and kale. Additionally, they consume cashews, pumpkin seeds, and occasionally a few pieces of pure dark chocolate, both delicious and beneficial. For those with significant deficiencies, easy-to-absorb magnesium supplements can be used. But if you eat a variety of vegetables consistently, your body is already well supported. The second micronutrient is creatine. Don't think creatine is just for young gym goers. Scientists at the University of Munster have proven that older adults who supplement with 3 to 5 grams of creatine daily can better maintain muscle mass and, notably, also experience significant cognitive support and memory improvement. Creatine acts as a fuel source for muscle cells. You can find creatine at reputable pharmacies or health food stores. The third micronutrient is vitamin B12. As we age, our stomachs weaken, leading to poorer B12 absorption, especially for those taking medication for diabetes or stomach issues. B12 deficiency often causes chronic fatigue, slow reflexes, and directly affects muscle health as well as the nervous system. Our super-eggers often use the best form of B12, called methylcobalamin, which is more easily absorbed. Besides supplements, you can get B12 from foods like fish, eggs, liver, or milk. Additionally, a few other small but essential minerals shouldn't be overlooked. Zinc is found in oysters and pumpkin seeds. Selenium is abundant in fish and shrimp. Chromium is often present in various vegetables and whole grains. A 5-year study showed that older adults with sufficient levels of the aforementioned micronutrients had a 22% better ability to maintain muscle mass compared to those with deficiencies. If feasible, you can consult your doctor for a blood test to determine any deficiencies and then adjust your diet naturally. You don't need to spend a lot of money or be overly elaborate. Simply eating correctly and consistently is enough to nourish your body from within. Muscles don't just need protein to be strong. They also need these small but constantly supportive substances. Just like a good machine relies not only on its engine, but also on every tiny, sturdy screw holding it together. Habit number 2, maintaining excellent communication between your nerves and muscles. Many people think that muscle weakness is simply due to old age, lack of activity, or insufficient nutrition. But there's a silent little-known cause that plays a very significant role, a breakdown in the communication pathways between your brain and your muscles. Scientists call these neuromuscular junctions, a kind of invisible electrical plug connecting your brain to every single muscle fiber in your body. It's through these junctions that your brain can send clear signals to your muscles to act, like lifting an arm, stepping down, or simply standing steady without trembling. After age 60, these junctions begin to weaken, and when the brain can't issue clear commands to the muscles, even if you eat plenty of protein or exercise regularly, your body can still easily become tired, weak, or even lose control. The good news is that the healthy, long-lived individuals I'm speaking of, those in their 80s and 90s, maintain these connections remarkably well. A study at the University of Michigan showed that super-agers had superior neuromuscular connectivity compared to their peers, thanks to some simple yet effective habits. First, they don't just walk or do light exercises. They choose activities that demand coordination between their hands, feet, and mind. For example, many enjoy practicing Tai Chi, which is slow, gentle, yet fluid and precise. Some play badminton, dance with friends, or play table tennis at their community centers. These activities force the brain to constantly talk to the limbs, naturally training the neuromuscular junctions. A 2020 study showed that maintaining such activities at least twice a week preserved brain-muscle connection up to 31% better. Second, they supplement with certain natural nutrients that help protect and nourish the nervous system. These include alpha-lipoic acid found in green vegetables, acetyl-L-carnitine in lean meat, or an easily absorbed form of vitamin B1 called benfotiamine. Even a traditional Chinese herb called huperzine A has been shown to boost neurotransmitters, helping the body react faster and more accurately. If these specific supplements aren't readily available where you are, you can always opt for the simpler approach of eating plenty of leafy greens and seafood, and consult your doctor if you need to consider appropriate supplements. Third, these individuals also practice breathing exercises to keep their minds and nervous system stable. A very easy-to-do breathing technique is called box breathing. Simply inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and then pause for 4 seconds. Repeat this for 5 minutes daily. This method not only helps with relaxation, but also activates muscles to work up to 15% more effectively. And finally, a fascinating correlation. A sharp mind supports a strong body. Older adults who regularly play chess, solve crosswords, converse with grandchildren, or read daily tend to maintain better muscle health. This is because they consistently maintain the agility of their nervous system. Muscles don't just need exercise. They need the brain as a consistent partner. So gently move your body, sharpen your mind, and relax with steady breathing to maintain every step, every movement of your body, right into your golden years. Finally, we arrive at the most crucial habit, and the one with the most powerful anti-aging potential science has ever recorded: consistent and progressive strength training. Researchers at the University of Southern California call this the natural anti-aging medicine that no pill can replace. This is the secret that allows many men and women in their 80s to be as strong as people in their 50s, climbing stairs effortlessly, tending to their gardens, and cleaning their homes daily. However, the key isn't in how long or how much you exercise, but how you exercise. It's not about light walks around the house or endless repetitions of old exercises with light weights. It's about exercises that can challenge your muscles slightly, step by step, in a safe and progressive manner. Muscles, just like memory, will waste away over time if they aren't used and stimulated. First, strong seniors often train intensely, but not for prolonged periods. A study from the University of Massachusetts Amherst indicated that just 2 strength training sessions per week, performed to near fatigue, can yield better muscle gain results than 5 light, consistent sessions weekly. For example, instead of always lifting a 1-liter water bottle, you could try lifting a 5-liter jug. When your arm muscles feel slightly fatigued, rest, then continue. That near fatigue feeling is a signal to your muscles that they need to grow stronger. Second, they engage in full-body exercises, not just isolated arm or leg movements. Actions like sitting down and standing up, carrying water around the yard, or gently pushing something all engage multiple muscle groups at once. Just trying to stand up and sit down from a chair 10 times a day, or walking around your home carrying 2 bottles of water, can be incredibly effective. Third, they gradually increase the resistance over time. Once your muscles get used to a certain level, if you don't increase the challenge, they'll become complacent. These individuals often start light, then every few weeks, they slightly increase the load, from carrying a 3-liter jug to a 4-liter, then a 5-liter. No need to rush, just be consistent. Fourth, they pay attention to the lowering phase after lifting. When putting an object down, they do it slowly and deliberately. This increases muscle endurance without putting undue pressure on the joints, making it especially safe for older adults. Many people fear that strength training in old age is dangerous, but in reality, not training is far more dangerous. Weak muscles are the primary reason many people are prone to falls, lose their independence, and recover slowly after illness. If you were to choose only one habit to start with, choose strength training. Aim for just 2 30-minute sessions per week. Initially, you might ask a loved one for assistance, and then gradually become comfortable and progress on your own. You'll see clear results in just a few weeks. Not only will you feel stronger, but you'll also feel younger every day. Attain every step, every movement of your body, right into your golden years. So there you have it, my friends. We've explored 7 simple yet powerful habits that can help older adults preserve muscle, maintain flexibility, and keep their minds sharp well into their 80s and 90s. From eating protein at the right times, getting enough vitamin D, reducing inflammation, and supplementing with small but crucial micronutrients, to specific breathing techniques, mindful sleep, conscious thought, and finally, progressive strength training. Every single one of these habits can be started today. You don't need to do everything at once. Just begin with the smallest step, like getting 15 minutes of sunlight, adding an egg to your breakfast, or practicing standing up and sitting down a few times each day. Step by step, your body will respond with renewed strength, flexibility, and a fresh joy for living. Your health is your decision, and it's also a gift you can proactively give yourself. Now it's your turn. What did you learn from today's discussion? Please leave a comment below and share one habit you'll start tomorrow. Maybe it's a 30-second cold shower, practicing proper breathing, or trying to lift something a little heavier than usual. We'd love to hear your story. If you found this content helpful, please give us a like, share it with your loved ones, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more content that helps you live healthy, live independently, and live joyfully at any age. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to our next video.